भैया लाइक अगर उधर कुछ बोल रहे तो सुनाई नहीं दे रहा भैया.
हाँ, एक मिनट.
ना फिर लाइक आपको भी हेल्प.
Yes, 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 yes,
So is it clear up to you?
yes.
Give you. Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. Next. So now we'll come to machine learning algorithms. Like what are the types? So first up, supervised learning. In supervised learning, model को तुम you give labeled data. Now what is labeled data? So you give an input and the corresponding correct output. For example, अगर तुम एक example लो कि you need to predict house prices, तो तुम बोल रहे हो कि given this square feet, this is the price, and obviously you will give like many such examples. Sirf like if you give 2-3 of them, you can have a basic idea कि 2-3 देने से the model will not understand. The more examples you give, that much clarity the model will have, and that accurately it can predict the future. Like if you give an input, the better it can predict. More the examples you give, better it can predict. So that is how it works. Label data में you give the input as well as the corresponding output. So assuming that is correct, वो जो data set से आएगा, the model will learn from that and it can just answer based on the input we give. So as you can see on the slide, it involves training a model on labeled data. The model learns the correct answers and they are used to make prediction or classification. Supervised में further there are like subtypes, regression, classification. We'll come to that after this slide. So next up is unsupervised learning. So anyone has any idea what is unsupervised learning? Anyone? कुछ भी आइडिया हो तो वर्ड सम पढ़ के ही तुम कुछ आइडिया लाइक निकाल पाओगे. Anyone? All right. See, unsupervised learning is basically you just give the data. As हमने बोला in supervised we give input as well as corresponding output. Here you don't give the output, you just give the data, and it is the job of the algorithm to like figure out what to do with that data. Basically, for example, if I give what can you say? Example, if I give you 100 types of news articles, so it is the job of the algorithm to find some common words and just group them together. That is called clustering. Like you can find similar words and you can just cluster them to one side. Okay, so if I give you like Amazon में अगर बहुत सारे कपड़े होंगे तो Amazon like you can just segregate it, right? Like pants, shirts, etc. That is how common जो होगा उसमें things वो देख के you can just segregate things. That is unsupervised. You just give data that is unlabeled. It is not associated with an output label, and the job is to find some pattern in it. And third is reinforcement. This involves making decisions based on the feedback. You get a feedback from the environment. So for example, अगर एक टेस्ला का लो, ड्राइविंग सेल्फ ड्राइविंग कार का ले लो. For example, if you are driving, so car, you know it has cameras, right? So whenever, see, for example, if the car just collides with a truck on its left, so we can just in the model which we train, we can just assign a negative reward or a penalty. That okay, if you collide, that is a wrong. That is a wrong thing. You shouldn't have done that. So you associate a penalty corresponding to that action. But if there is a truck on your left, say, and you drive straight, so that is a correct action for that situation. So you assign a reward that okay, you have done correct. Here's the reward. So the model works on trial and error, and it is awarded when it takes correct decisions and is penalized when it takes an incorrect decision. That is how it works. Like if, for example, if there's a car, I'll show it in the example over here. So see, basic supervised learning example is house price prediction. See the red cross marks, these are the data points. This is the data set which you get. And this is the plot. So now your job is to find the best fit curve, like how can you predict. वो कैसे predict होगा वो देख लेंगे. There are various methods. यहाँ पे तुम एक rough idea लगा सकते हो कि ऐसा अगर एक curve लिया. Are you able to see the cursor, everyone? This. Yes, we.
Yes, we
Yes, yes, okay. Yes, अभी roughly देख पा रहे हो कि like a curve will be a best fit. But in this lecture, we are just going to study linear regression. So we'll just deal with lines for the sake of this lecture. Next, we can see curves also. But यहाँ एक rough intuition आ रहा है कि maybe a curve will be a best fit. But yeah, let's see. This is a supervised learning. कि now you can see this is the input size in square feet, this is the input and corresponding price. That is why the data set is plotted over here. We give both the input and the output. That is why it is supervised. The model will learn from this and we can just create a line or a curve, and according to that curve basically एक function होगा. Basically straight line तो क्या, y is equal to mx plus c. If it is parabola then maybe ax square plus bx plus c. According to that function, like फिर बाद में तुम कुछ भी input दे दो, वो function देख के it can predict an output. That is supervised. Unsupervised is, yes, as we said, Google News. So basically यहाँ पे एक rough Google search हुआ है infrastructure build करके. So see, what has Google given us? See, there are 4 articles. 4 articles have some words in common. Can anyone tell which words are common? Like देख के बोल सकते हो anyone? Just unmute and.
Infrastructure.
Yeah. Yes. One more is there, I guess. Yeah.
Bill.
Yes, exactly. And one more is there, $1 trillion, which is not like common, but ठीक है, दो में mentioned है. See, so basically when I give this input, under model it works on unsupervised learning. So यहाँ पे you can see Google, like it has a lot of news articles. So what, from lot of like publications as well, from lot of companies, CNN, you can see Washington Post is there, New York Times is there. So what it does, it has all the data as we said, but not the correct output. यहाँ पे you have only the data. You don't know what to do with it. So Google got this input, infrastructure bill. Now what Google did is, okay, we'll just see what title just matches. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, so Google will see that, okay, I have some articles which match to a certain percentage to the input. Here input is this text, infrastructure bill. So इसको जितना match होगा, it is seeing, okay, these 4 articles have this in common. What I'll do is I'll just cluster them to one side and I'll just show it to the user. So now what Google has done it, see, we give this input and now Google gives these 4 articles as output. And yes, we conclude that Google knows that, okay, ठीक है, these are related. Because of the common words in it, it has clustered it based on that. That is unsupervised learning with an example. Is it clear? Yeah, like what do you think? Yeah, more clarity चाहिए इस पे.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. बोलना.
I had a query regarding the supervised learning.
Your voice is not that audible.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, भैया.
Yes. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I had a query regarding the supervised learning.
Supervised. Okay. Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, in supervised learning, as you told that the input and output values have been applied by the user.
Yes.
So ultimately, as you told in the graph, then the pattern is being developed. The pattern is being developed based on user prompt, or it is being developed by the system.
I am sorry, I'm not able to hear it clearly. If possible, just maybe can you type it, because, or you can just try again speaking. Maybe mic को थोड़ा दूर.
Hello.
Yes. Okay.
Hello, भैया. Is my voice clear now?
Okay, somewhat clear, but okay. Yes, we'll give it a try. बोल दें.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, भैया. Yeah, my query was that as you pointed out in the graph before, means if the values are been already provided, so ultimately the pattern is been developed based on user prompt, or it is been done by the.
कि तुम बोल रहे हो कि यहाँ पे पैटर्न प्रेडिक्ट कर रहे हैं नहीं? Is that your doubt in supervised?
Yes, भैया. मतलब जो यूजर है वो खुद बोलेगा कि मुझे सपोज इसमें एवरेज हाउस प्राइस दे दे, तो वो बेसिस के बेसिस प्रॉम्प्ट के बेसिस पे वो ग्राफ बना के उसको वैल्यू वैसा होता है.
See, basically, how do you like see which curve fits best? That is your question, is it?
Yes.
Okay, वो basically how do you fit a curve? वो आगे आएगा, like 2-3 slides from now. I'll just show you. पूरा procedure है उसका. एक example तुम्हें clear है ना? Because how it works, I'll just tell you after like this slide. 2-3 slide के बाद वो आएगा. Like how do you predict that curve? Maths वगैरह वो सब आ जाएगा.
Okay.
Right? How does it? Like, कैसे काम कर रहा है वो ठीक है ना? वो पता चल रहा है ना कि like what happens? वो लाइन कैसे predict होगा वो मैं बोल दूंगा. 2 slide बाद आएगा वो पूरा उसका प्रोसीजर है पूरा. Algorithm है. Like that is what linear regression is. What are you asking is that only, right? Like how to decide which curve and how to fit it. That is your doubt, right?
Yes.
Okay, yes, we'll address it. Just one slide from now, we have the entire PPT dedicated to it. I just Oh, my bad. I was muted. Okay, okay. All right. See, so reinforcement का वो नहीं आया, right? Reinforcement का audio नहीं आया ना? बाकी it was done, right?
हाँ भैया.
Okay. See, so reinforcement learning, for example, you can take the Mars rover, Curiosity. So basically, if Mars पे वो बहुत है, right? Craters are there, present. So basically, I can tell you an example like this. If rover is moving, it lands in a pit. Okay, it sees a pit. Basically, it has cameras. So if it lands inside a pit, you know that coming out of a crater is tough. So when it goes inside the crater, the model can associate a penalty corresponding to that action. So next time when it comes out of the pit and it sees another pit, so that time we know that okay, last time I had fallen in a pit, I was associated a penalty. So this time I'll not do that. I'll do something else. Say for example, it goes to the right. And right, okay, there is a safe road. There is no pit. So that time it will be awarded as it will be given a positive reward, basically an award. So it knows that okay, when a pit is encountered, when I land into it, I get a penalty. When I go from the side of it, I don't get a penalty. I get a reward. So basically next time it learns by this. At least for अगर तुम एक particular example लो एक pit का, so it has learned कि okay, if I land into a pit, it gives me a penalty. So I'll not do that. But if I go from the side of it, from the boundary, I get a reward. So next time I'll prefer that I get a reward. Hence it will go from the side of it and not land inside the pit. That is how reinforcement learning works, like the basics of it. So is it clear, everyone?
Yes, we.
Okay, chalo, good. So next up we
Yes, भैया.
move in this. These are the types of supervised learning. Subtypes है, as we said यहाँ पे बोला था. This one. This. Now how do you do this thing? इसका now see answers based on your predictions or classifications. Now how do you do this is what we are going to study next. So these are two types of supervised learning. Okay, what can be the penalty and reward for a machine? Like in reinforcement learning, basically what happens is in the algorithm there are few states defined. Like some states are good, some states are bad. Okay, मैं कैसे दिखाता हूँ? Okay, see basically if you can just assume that there are 5 states. Okay, and you start from state 1. 5 example अगर मैंने तुम्हें 5 boxes दे दिए, just for example, and you are on box 1. So each box, मतलब each state has a corresponding penalty and a reward. So for example, if you can just link it with that Mars rover example, अगर मतलब see box 3 पे अगर तुम्हें वो आ रहा है, box 3 मतलब assume की distance. If you go from box 1 to box 2, we can assume that you travel some 5-meter distance, just for the sake of this example. So if you travel from box 1 to box 2, okay, means that, and if you don't get any reward, means that okay, you have done good. For that jumping from box 1 to box 2, जो optimal था वो तुमने किया, so you don't get a penalty. If you get a penalty, you go back to box 1. And that time you understand it. Okay, when I went to box 2 by this method, I was given a penalty. Penalty is basically return to the previous state. That is penalty. So next time you know what not to do when you like take care of that particular case. वैसे. Is it clear, Adarsh Sharma? Okay, all right. Clear? Okay, nice. So this regression and classification. So regression is basically when you need to like predict a curve or line. Common task, it's a common task in supervised learning where the goal is to predict continuous values. Now, what do I mean by continuous? Prediction, ठीक है, समझ गए. Now, what do you mean by continuous? And in classification, it is to predict discrete values. So, can anyone tell what do I mean by this? Like, दोनों अलग क्यों है? Continuous values and discrete values. Can anyone like speak up? जो भी किसी को idea है? Anyone? No. Okay. All right. I'll just continue. See, basically, when take an example of like prediction of house prices. So if I go back to this, see this, you don't have a finite set of output, right? Agar example, if I draw this line, say example, cursor दिख रहा है ना, everyone?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So see, अगर मैंने like this is the line, for example. So this is a straight line, right? Output can be anything. अगर तुम y-axis पे देखो, output can be any number, real number, like यहाँ पे. So you don't have a finite set of output. कि ठीक है, I know output will come between 0 and 100. That is not the case, right? यहाँ पे एक straight line आएगा. अगर मैंने बोला 3000 स्क्वायर फीट का घर दिखाओ, तो प्राइस most probably कितना आएगा? Something आएगा कितना? 400 के आसपास कुछ तो आएगा. So you don't have a finite range like of output. कि okay, I know output will be something, some number between 0 and 100 or 0 and 200. That we don't know. We don't have a finite set of output. So that is where this comes into picture. This regression, where you, that is why it is written that you need to predict continuous values. एक input दिया तो उसके corresponding output आएगा, whose range we do not know. That is like prediction of house prices. अगर मैंने बोला कि like 3000 square feet is coming at maybe 400. So if I give 6000, so maybe that is 800. So you don't have a finite range of output. That is regression. And classification is where the goal is to predict discrete values. For example, if I give you an email, so is that email a spam or not? Truecaller पे आते हैं messages. Is the message fake? Is it a fraud or not? So that is binary, right? 0, 1. For example, अगर तुम्हें like grades होते हैं class में, तुम्हारा मतलब आएगा अभी क्या? First sem का result जब आएगा, you will get grades for each subject. So that is a discrete. You get like 10, 9, 8, 7. You know the output. It is a finite set. कि पता है 0 to 10 में एक number आएगा. That is where you use classification. If like, yes, the same example, if you get an email, is it a spam? The answer is yes or no. There is no intermediate except, okay, maybe it is. So yes or no जब आएगा, because inside how the algorithm works is different, but output तुम्हें वही दिखता है, okay, it is spam or it is not spam. बीच में कुछ आएगा नहीं. So if you have a defined set कि okay, आउटपुट आएगा वो इसमें से ही आएगा. 0 to 10 एग्जाम्पल इसी में कुछ तो आएगा. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 इसमें से ही कुछ तो आएगा. That is where you use classification. So example से like और clear होगा. So now this one, regression is the example again is this one. Where you don't have a defined set of output, and classification is again spam emails or that type of examples where you have a defined set of outputs, possible outputs. So now let us see how do you do regression. In this lecture, we are covering linear regression. It's working cost function and all. So we'll just see this one in this lecture. So let's move to linear regression. Anyone has any doubts till now, or is it clear? Anyone? Guys, anyone? Could be doubts है तो बोलो. Clear? Okay. You can just react also, like whatever feels. Okay. Good.
Okay, भैया.
Okay. Good. So now let's move to linear regression. So this in one variable. Okay, now there are several things over here. Simple form of regression where the relationship between the input feature now and the output value can be represented by a straight line. So can anyone tell me what is the input feature and the output value in our previous example, house prices? आसान है. Anyone?
Area.
feet of area and as price.
What? Can you just area? Okay, yes. Okay, area is the input and output.
Price.
All right. Yes, correct. Okay, that was easy. Good. Nice.
Price.
It is so. That is what we just discussed. It is simple form of regression where the relationship between input feature and output can be represented by a straight line. So here, see, every word has its own meaning. Linear, that tells us that okay, it's a straight line. One variable. So here we are considering only one parameter. That is, like we'll just predict the price based on only one. That is square feet. So now, what happens if there are more than one variables? That comes under multiple variables. So example, you can just predict the price based on हमें पता है when we purchase a house, there are several parameters. One is like where is it located. Second is what amenities are there nearby it. So there are various parameters. For the simplicity of simplicity and understanding, we are just considering one variable, that is the area. Once you understand how this works, you can understand how the regression will work with multiple variables. All right. So we're going to study one variable linear regression. Let's see how. So okay, here guys, quick quiz. Here I have plotted a rough like graph. Are you able to see the cross marks? Pencil से जो बना हुआ है वो.
Yes, we have.
All right. Okay. See, so these cross marks are the data values which I have plotted on the data. The x-axis is y is the price corresponding to this. This is the data. And now I have just drawn some lines A, B, C, D, E. Now just quickly respond in the chat and tell that according to you, Zara सोचना नहीं है. What do you think? Which one is the best line? Just I need a quick answer. Just D. All right. Okay.
D.
Now, okay, someone is saying B. Okay. Two of them are B. Most of them are D. Okay, guys, I need some more responses fast. This one is easy. Come on. Okay, D. Most of you are saying D. Okay. Except 2 or 3 people, mostly all of them are saying D. Okay, one more B. So we have 3 B's and rest of them we have D's. All right. Okay. ठीक है. So one is sure that A तो आंसर नहीं होगा. वो देख के लग रहा है. Because मुझे एक बात बताओ. Why didn't anyone opt for line A or line E? Like, the way you guys thought that D might be an answer, you eliminated A and E. So why is that? Any like?
डेटा में क्लोजनेस ही नहीं था.
Because A and E are on the extremities and not in intermediate.
Okay, yes. Mrityunjay is saying most deviated. Yes, all right. Nice one. Yes, so पता है कि like B and D, C में से maybe कुछ तो होगा and देख के लग रहा है कि yes, D is the best fit. अभी देख के लग रहा है, we have not calculated it, but yes, it's most like closely the best fit compared to all because it takes care of the data sets. वो nearby है सबके. All right. So now we answered this one. This is done, and we answered the okay. We answered this part also like why. So that is done. Now we move to this. Okay. Now what made you guys think that one of them is the best fit? Now we come like counter question करते. How did you think that सिर्फ D होगा? Yeah, it isn't even near to any data point. Yes, of course. Now like ulta like means the same, but why is D the answer? D lines are close to the crosses. Yes, okay, that is correct. Videsh, nice one. Anyone else has to add? Wants to add anything?
वो दोनों के एक साथ एवरेज दे रहा है.
आवाज ब्रेक हो रहा है तुम्हारा. It is close to most of the data points. Yes, correct. तुम्हारा आवाज ब्रेक हो रहा था. Whoever was speaking. Okay, multiple data. Yes, okay. D lies in intermediate of all values. Yes, okay. Nice. Okay, so ठीक है. Basically तुमको idea आ गया कि why is D the answer. Now see the equation of. Now let's go into the maths. थोड़ा सा ही, ज़्यादा नहीं. See the equation of straight line is y is equal to mx plus b. B is the intercept. M is the slope. Now the aim is to find the best slope and intercept to fit the data as closely as possible. See क्योंकि तुम अब इसको थोड़ा maths के side से देखो. ठीक है. So if you go back. See हमें पता है कि like if we know that D is the best fit line. Okay, देख के लग रहा है. So Here you can give the answer because मैंने सिर्फ 5 lines draw किए and the best of them is D. That's why we answer कि like देख के ठीक है, okay, D is the answer. But now let's go into the math थोड़ा सा ही. See, we know that A is incorrect because see, this is slope is more than what is required. Cursor is visible, right, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
A has slope that is more than required. See, assuming that D is the best fit, A का slope ज़्यादा है. See, this theta is more. And intercept is 0. Okay. C is wrong because maybe C का slope and D का slope are somewhat matching. ठीक है, C का slope is, but it has a large value of intercept B. That's why it is not fitting correctly. So now again E has very less slope compared to D, else maybe it would have just like match हो जाता. And B has slope again greater than D. So that is how you need to do is, okay, 1 minute. Okay. See, now you need to, the aim is to find the best slope and intercept to fit the data as closely as possible. वही हमने देखा कि okay, for this data D का slope is perfect among these 5 options and intercept is also perfect because यहाँ कहीं होता तो maybe match नहीं होता वो. So you know that the aim is to find the best slope and intercept. Now how can you achieve this? Manually or you think there might be some algorithm? Thought process हमने discuss कर लिया कि you know that मतलब Devi सबसे मतलब वो है which is near to most of the data points. Now do you think that manually if I give you a data set, see over here we are only maybe what 10-15 data points, but in real life there are many like lakhs of data points you get. So is it possible that you guys can manually predict the best line, or you think that there might be some algorithm? This one is also an easy one. We can run a line from each data point and find. 1 minute. We can run a line from each data point and find mean slope and variance. Maybe run a line from each data point. Perpendicular distance to the data points from the line. Perpendicular distance from the data. Okay, yes, okay. One way to put it. We can run a line from each data point and find mean slope and then the variance. Okay, you're on the right path. Okay, so basically you can just answer one thing like, can you do this manually? Like मैं data set तुम्हें दे दिया, ज़्यादा होगा, maybe 1 lakh of data points. Yes, we need an algorithm. Most feasible. Yes, okay. We have an algorithm for it. We need an algorithm. Yes. All right. So what is the algorithm? Let's dive into it. See, this is it. The loss function and the cost function. This is how you calculate the cost. Now, what is it? Each one of it, I'll just explain in detail. First one, loss function. See, now you can just think ki agar take this example, okay. So, assuming that this line is my answer, okay, मैंने कुछ तो कर दिया, algorithm लगा दिया, and I know that, okay, this line is the best fit, okay. Just for the sake of this example. So, see, this is the data set, this data point. Means that for this value of x, we have this y, a, which is the answer. But what is happening is that my line is showing that nahi, for this area, see, I'm showing by my cursor, for this area, this should be my answer, which is marked by B. So actual answer should be A, like that. We know that answer is A because we have been given the data. But our line predicts that the answer is B. So this is the difference which we have encountered. How? Because of our best fit line. Because again, सिर्फ एक point को देखना, we have lakhs of points to take care about. This is the deviation of 1 point. Similarly, if you take this data point, the actual price is C for this input. And cursor is visible, na guys? Okay, I'm asking again because it is a very
Yes, yeah.
Yes, okay. So see, this is the predicted price for this D. This is predicted. How do you know which one is predicted? Because जो corresponding होगा इस line के, that is the predicted one. Okay, because see, after a point when you train the model will only like show you this. वो हम user को नहीं पता कि train कैसे होगा. It just knows कि okay, what I'm seeing is the final output. This is the line. So अगर मैंने ये x दे दिया उसको, the model will predict our price as D, but the price is C. So again, this is the difference. So for example, this and this, it is predicting a price that is less than the actual. If you see these ones, ये और ये देख लो, it is predicting more than what is the actual price. क्योंकि see, ये होता अगर there was no like prediction, This is the actual price, and after prediction, we know that okay, this is the price that we have got from the prediction. We are predicting more than what is actual cost. Same with this, and this we are predicting less. That is how. So now हमें एक idea आ रहा है कि okay. So just tell me कि मैंने ये क्यों दिखाया? What do you think? इससे हमें क्या मिलेगा? What do you think? Anyone? Like basic intuition? इससे हमें क्या? Okay, now we are getting into it कि okay, ये difference आ रहा है. So हमें क्या करना है? इस differences को क्या करना पड़ेगा? Anyone?
Compensate करना होगा.
All right. Yes. Anyone else? What will happen if what will happen if I just make a line like this? इन दोनों points को मैंने cover कर दिया. So this delta will be 0 अगर ऐसा एक line बना दिया मैंने. But what will happen is I am not taking care of these points. So what she said is correct. We need to compensate and see which is the optimal solution. Now how do you do this? So see, जो error आएगा ना एक में in one data point, what will be the error? That is called as the loss. कि एक data point पे हमें कितना वो हो रहा है? Like what is the difference? That is the loss. That is loss. And see, coming to the loss function, it measures the error between the predicted value and the true values. This can be interpreted as the distance formula. So how do you calculate that? Is simply by distance formula also. So now guys, tell me like first for this data point, what is the predicted value? A, B, C or D? Predicted value. This data.
B.
Okay, and the actual value, the correct value?
A.
Yes. And for this data point, predicted value?
Predicted D, actual C.
Yes, all right.
D.
Okay, correct. Yes. So now, see loss function हमें पता चला ठीक है. By loss function, what we do is okay. ये point देखा मैंने. ये point देखा. Okay, this is the loss for this. This is the loss for this one. This is for this, and so on and so forth. That is what loss function tells us. कि now, okay, there are two ways to measure this loss. Okay, one is you use distance formula, square of this difference, and second you use modulus. So we use squares and not modulus. Why do we use that? तो मैं like 2-3 स्थान में पता चल जाएगा. For distance calculation, any method is fine. Either use mod or either use square. फर्क नहीं पड़ता क्योंकि because we need to just minimize them. हमें distance absolute कितना फर्क नहीं पड़ता. We just need to minimize the distance. So either use mod or use squares. फर्क नहीं पड़ता. But we'll be using square. Why? Because I'll just tell this to you like in the upcoming slides, maybe next or next to next. So loss function is clear, everyone? Loss function, like what do we actually do?
Bhaiya.
Yes.
Bhaiya means in the loss function, as you told that there was an optimum graph, and how did you predict that optimum graph will be like that looking?
वही बोलूंगा मैं अभी. Next slide में वही आएगा कि like how do you draw that line? How do you figure it? वो आएगा अभी. Next slide में वही आएगा. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. ठीक है. अब next time में वही आएगा. Exactly what you're asking for. So see. Okay. So now we are going to that part like how do you predict this line? कैसे पता कि best fit कौन सा है? So this loss function is the loss function clear everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. ठीक है. कुछ भी लगे तो पूछ लेना. Okay, because like ऐसा ना हो कि clarity है नहीं. Okay, ठीक है चलो. Good, everyone. Nice. So now loss function is now we go to the cost function. Now what does cost function do is कि again what you guys said is जब मैंने तुमको ये पूछा like अगर मैंने ये लाइन ड्रॉ किया होता ऐसे तो मुझे पता है कि ये दोनों डेटा पॉइंट्स जो है A और C वाले इनका एरर बहुत कम आता. बट व्हाई एम आई नॉट ड्राइंग दिस लाइन? एनीवन? जो कर्सर से दिखा रहा हूँ मैं ये लाइन क्यों नहीं ड्रॉ कर रहा हूँ बेस्ट फिट?
On an average, जो deviation है वो ज़्यादा आ जाएगा.
Yes, because मैं इनका तो ख्याल रख रहा हूँ but I am not taking care of these one. Exactly what you said. So that is what is taken care by the cost function. So what is cost function? It is the average of the loss function over the entire data set. And this is what we use to find the optimal values of the model's parameters. Model का parameter क्या है? One slope, second is the intercept. In this case, because हम linear regression देख रहे हैं one, and second we are taking care of only one variable, that is area. So that is what cost function does. कि now we okay. What will loss function do? ठीक है, इसके लिए maybe error is 5, this is 5, 1, maybe just I'm just assigning random value. This may be 7, 8, this may be 5, 6. But what will the cost function do is, again, as you have to compensate for all of them so that we get the optimal answer. We will just add all these up, okay, 5. And see, this is the difference. We cannot just add the, like if this is 5 and this is also 5. So what will you guys say? The total error is 10 or is it 0? Anyone? अगर ये 5 है, ये भी 5 है.
10.
10 or 0, guys? Okay, 10. Okay, guys, answer in the chat box, please. Like, whatever you think. Like, doesn't matter if it's correct or wrong. Just one thing, take care of it. We are calculating error and not the. Okay, 10. Okay, 1 is 5. Okay, 10. Aman Thakur is 10. Nilav is 10. Vikrant is 5. Narendra is 10. Okay, guys, more responses, guys. Come on, it's an easy one. सोच के देख लो. Okay, 10. Good. 10. Aditi Mind Tripathi 10. Okay, almost I guess maybe except for one we have got all answers as 10. Okay, alright. Yes, the answer is 10 because we are calculating error and not just we are not taking care of the signs. हमें just difference का sum चाहिए because 0. See, from the point of view of the algorithm, अगर 0 आया means that okay, it is fitting both of the points correctly, which is not the case. दोनों से deviate हो रहा है वो. Yeah, we just need to find the optimal such that सबसे ऐसा deviate हो कि cost सबसे minimum हो. Now, see, अब हम cost को देखेंगे, loss को नहीं देखेंगे. Cost is, what is cost function? It is the average of the loss function over the entire data set. So now just tell me, what is over the entire data set? Is it the loss or is it the cost? Cost क्या होगा, loss क्या होगा? Anyone? Just rough idea, मतलब exact definition भी नहीं चाहिए.
लॉस मतलब एक डेटा के लिए होता है और कॉस्ट मतलब पूरे डेटा सेट के लिए.
Just a moment. हाँ, speak now. Varun, someone from this meet is trying to speak.
What? क्या?
Loss means for one data set and cost is for the entire data set.
Can you please repeat?
Loss is for one data, but cost is for the entire data set.
Okay, yes, you are correct. So guys, quickly answer. चलो A or B. Everyone, चलो. तो उसने answer बोल भी दिया है. You just need to answer. A or B, which is correct? Okay, right. Good one. चलो अब तक तो सब correct है. Okay. Just खुद से सोचते रहना, not because everyone is answering. Because ML is all about like understanding. अगर तुम्हें fundas clear नहीं है, just so it makes no sense. Just आराम से like सोच के answer दे. Okay, till now everyone is giving this. Okay, good job. Nice, good. So this is what is the basic. See, ये sign का देखना मत. What is okay, all right. So see, this is the least square error. I'll just tell in a like maybe next slide like why do we use the square and not the modulus? Okay, so that is what this is the what do you call it? This is what is the error of one data point, that is the loss. So see, h of x is what basically this function जो तुम्हारा line आएगा, this one. This is f of x ले लो, h of x is sounds confusing. Take this as f of x. So if given this x, this is the predicted and this is the actual. So difference between them, unka square. That is what is calculated over here, loss. So why a half is over there, I'll tell you later again. Half is basically point is this, we are calculating the distance. And this cost function, theta over here is a slope, you can just see it as slope. And this is what we are taking average because we need to scale it down. ये नहीं लो तो भी फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. It is the sum of all the losses, as you can see. ये हमने अभी बात किया था. We are taking m because maybe ये बहुत बड़ा आ जाए तो we are just scaling it down. पर calculation में फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. Just like numbers छोटे होंगे, बाकी फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. So that is how these both work. So इसका clarity क्या है? Like basic intuition आ रहा है इसका. Like are you guys clear about this? Anyone? Okay. एक response. Guys respond करो रे. अगर नहीं समझ आ रहा है तो बोल दो. Like be frank. नहीं समझ आ रहा है just say it. Okay. ओके चलो गुड गुड नाइस चलो ठीक है इट इज क्लियर ओके सो over here this both is done now this we calculated the cost and we somehow have to minimize this ये तो हम अब तक बात कर रहे थे right so how can you do this पता तो है पर again point is that we don't need to like manual देख नहीं सकते ये लाइन ठीक लग रहा है ये लाइन नहीं छोड़ दो ऐसा नहीं कर सकते ना because we have 1 lakh maybe many data points so cannot do manually so see यहाँ पे hint दिया है like minimizing the cost means that see this is cost is denoted by j okay this one and theta छोड़ दो तुम एक like m देख लो m से थोड़ा okay m is colliding with this w देख लो y is equal to wx plus b assume कर लो line w is the slope and b को अभी के लिए you can assume it to be 0 थोड़ा कैलकुलेशन आसान होगा बाद में you can add b also फर्क नहीं पड़ता पर so see cost is just a function of the slope क्योंकि यहाँ we have assumed b as 0 okay clear everyone intercept 0 माना है हमने so cost will only be the function of what the slope because slope is the only parameter which we can control क्योंकि x तो data है ना वो तो बाहर से आएगा we cannot control that we can only control the slope so that is why the cost function is function of only what the slope is this clear everyone
Yes.
okay guys responses come on yes okay नहीं आ रहा है तो बोल दो no issues आ रहा है तो फिर okay ठीक है good nice one so ठीक है that is cost and loss function so now we know this now again how can we minimize this so the hint is that okay when this is the hint because we have w is the slope okay w is the slope and this is the hint we have assumed b to be 0 just for the sake of calculations they will be a bit easy but add करने से फर्क कुछ पड़ता नहीं because in real life data sets even if you ignore the intercept it makes like little difference so you can just ignore intercept for now just because we are taking care of the fundamentals calculation देखा जाएगा we are just taking care of the understanding for this lecture so assuming that the cost is only a function of this w okay assume this as w slope so just we need to be 0 उससे मैं local minimum पता चलेगा okay so now how do you do this is by gradient descent anyone has like read about gradient descent अब तक या like you don't have any idea guys any idea like about gradient descent no idea okay one has no idea okay no idea Vishal Kumar Narendra okay no issues now you can learn about it it's a very nice algorithm so see how do you achieve this up tak where we have reached ki okay we have given I'll just summarize it up till now हमें data दिया है now we aim is to find state best fit line वो अब तक सबको पता है why are we doing all this to predict a best fit line line का इक्वेशन क्या होगा wx plus b w as slope b है intercept for just our calculation for this lecture we are assuming b to be 0 so like y will be wx basically a line passing through origin just for this lecture because the calculations will be a bit easier so now okay we know the lines equation so only parameter in our control is w because x is the data point see this is x so ये अपने कंट्रोल में नहीं है डेटा है वो है only thing we control is w see so now b is 0 so दिखाने में भी आसान होगा कि this is w this is one slope all lines will pass through origin because here we have assumed b to be 0 so slope से ऐसा लाइन्स आएगा so that only w we can control x is the data so we can control only w so how do you do that how do you find the optimum value of w is that by gradient descent so it is an optimization algorithm used to minimize the cost function we'll come to this slide later I'll just show you a quick visualization okay so this one can anyone see it guys everyone can anyone see this दिख रहा है ना
Yes, we have.
okay yes okay you guys can react also or you can just like unmute जो भी तुम्हें like, जल्दी हो सके वो okay all right see so here SSE is nothing it is just squared error sum of squared errors जो अभी हम देख रहे हैं again why are we using squares and not modulus किसी का क्वेश्चन हो सकता है because distance ही तो देखना है ना mod is easier so why are we not using mod मैं तुम्हें like next slide से पता चल जाएगा and again you can just like no need to worry about this constant ये जो यहाँ पे half आया है 1/2m ये समझ आएगा कि half क्यों लिखा है I'll just explain it in the next slide so coming to this okay ये data points है okay ये जो blue color के दिख रहे हैं these all are data points okay and this is how this is red point 1 and red point 2. This is how we control a line in this visualization. So मुझे just आप unmute करके बोलना कि because I cannot see the chats. So मैं just roughly बोल दूंगा, एक line रखूंगा, तुम्हें बोलना है कि where do I have to rotate this line such that we get an optimum answer. Okay. So now tell me, is this line correct, guys? Unmute करके बोलना, okay, everybody.
No.
इसको कहाँ लेके जाना पड़ेगा? This side or this side?
Clockwise.
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 Okay, yes.
Clockwise.
Why is that? ऊपर क्यों लेके जाना पड़ेगा? Easy question. I'm just like brushing up the fundamentals. यहाँ क्यों नहीं और यहाँ क्यों?
Match the data.
Closeness to value.
Okay, yes, all right. So यहाँ पे और ऊपर या like what do you think? हो जाएगा इससे?
और ऊपर
Okay. Okay.
हाँ
That's
I think this
what.
is the- okay, I'll stop here.
5.8 तक होगा.
Okay, so you mean this?
More 5 minute के आसपास जा सकते हैं.
Okay, so like see if you can just stop here. हमें दिख पा रहा है कि target is this. This is the best fit line. Target and this is what we have achieved. So ठीक है, our intuition works fine up till now. This is what we have achieved, and if you see the best answer, it will be like okay, this one. So we were close. Okay, so one more. You want to try one more, guys?
Yes.
बाप रे कौन है रे? पता नहीं. Okay, anyway, ठीक है. This another. Okay, this is the data set. Now, guys, जल्दी rotate which direction? Come on.
नीचे.
नीचे. Okay.
नीचे.
पहुंच गया.
Okay. See, we are almost correct. See, you can see the scores over here. 0.62 is the actual answer. We have achieved 0.6. We are almost correct. See, this is how it works. One more, like final one. Okay, guys, where? चलो, everyone. कहाँ पे? What do you think? Okay.
Yes, there. A bit down.
Okay, yes.
This one.
Yes.
Okay, we are nearby. The answer is this one. But okay, at least you guys got the basic image. Okay, so is this helpful? Like, did the visualization help you guys? थोड़ा clarity बढ़ गया क्या उससे?
Yes, it was helpful.
Okay, chalo, nice one. Good, chalo. Good to go. Now we'll go to gradient descent. Okay. So let's go to this one. This is the last topic, guys. Just like 10-15 minutes. So अगर like saturate हो रहे हो तो just bear with me. just 15 minutes और नहीं. This one is the most like beautiful algorithm. मजा आएगा. See, it is an optimization algorithm used to minimize the cost function. ये हमारा aim था, हमें यही करना था basically. So how do you do this? This answers the question जो बोले थे ना, कहाँ पे गया वो था सवाल, red line वाला, कहाँ गया वो? This one, like how do you predict the line, वो एक था. That the answer to that will be over here. So this, see, how do you do that? Is that this is an algorithm to minimize cost. We can run number of iterations पता है सबको ना guys? Iteration is basically steps. Iteration छोड़ दो, steps. Various steps हम run करेंगे and ये सब छोड़ दो. Steepest descent you need not like read up this, अभी नहीं, बाद में बता दूंगा. And what do you do is you update the parameter, because obviously parameter को optimize करना है, और किसको update करोगे? Because you have only one parameter over here, that is W, the slope. Because again B is 0 for our calculation. Yes, okay. So now you need to, this is how it works. ठीक है. So this is ये पढ़ पा रहे हो guys? Handwriting थोड़ा है अजीब, sorry for that. पढ़ पा रहे हो ना ये वाला? Is this like readable? मैं बोल दूँगा. Okay, good. So fx is our line, best fit line, wx plus b, this one. B is the intercept, again W is the slope, x is the input, data point. We can control only b and x. Here we are assuming b to be 0 for easier calculations. J is a function of omega w only because again b is 0. So this is the, what is this guys? Anyone? Quick, chalo. Cost or loss? Which is this?
Cost.
So sure, cost or loss?
Cost.
Okay, good.
Cost.
Yes, good. All correct. This is the, you're right. Now, okay, cost. Okay, yes, correct. See, so now basically हमें वो देखना है, we minimize any function, हमें पता है कि उसका derivative should be like minimum. So you calculate the derivative, उसका भी आएगा. देखो, see, assume this as 1 point. इस summation तो वैसे ही रहेगा, 2 बाहर आ जाएगा. Now this answers the first question कि हमें half क्यों लिया? Only because कि 2 जब बाहर आएगा तो वो 2 cancel होगा. समझ रहे हो ना? like this 2 will come out when you take the derivative, और वो 2 और ये 2 cancel होगा. That is why you took that half. ये वाला कहाँ गया वो half ये वाला. See, understood everybody? वो half क्यों लिया था? Guys, react.
Yes.
Okay, ठीक है, हाँ, ठीक है, that is done. वो half नहीं तो भी like conceptually फर्क कुछ नहीं पड़ता, just you can just like calculation आसान है इसलिए हमने half लिया है. M is to just scale things down. अगर M is the number of like data points, data set में कितना data points है, that is M. So if अगर example 1 लाख 2 लाख ऐसा points होगा तो error sum करते जाओ बहुत बड़ा होगा. That's why to divide it, like just scale it down and just please know we are just scaling it down. So calculation like final output पे फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. Even if you work with this 1 by m or you don't take this 1 by m, आंसर में फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा because we need algorithms to train faster, we just scale it down. बाकी कुछ नहीं. So the main algorithm of gradient descent is this one. See, देख पा रहे हो ना cursor everyone? ये बहुत मस्त है, ये देख लो बस 10-15 मिनट ही. Guys, cursor is visible everyone?
Yes, bhaiya.
Yes. Okay. चलो. Now guys, please pay attention. Like only 10-15 मिनट. So W is equal to W minus alpha and this derivative. So guys, मुझे एक बात बताओ, who are familiar with C programming? C programming नहीं, basically any programming, like just पता है how basics. Okay, हाथ ऊपर को anything, हाथ ऊपर, like you can just text thumbs up कुछ भी. So if I'll just type one thing. जो मैंने अभी ये भेजा है देखो चैट पे, प्रोग्रामिंग पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से किसी को ये इनवैलिड लग रहा है? Now what is happening? यहाँ पे कोई बोलेगा क्या हो रहा है? आसानी है.
X में वैल्यूज ढूंढी जाएंगी एक्सप्रेस में.
Update. Yes. Okay. So anyone? No भैया, क्या हो गया रे? Okay. If you don't know that, we are updating this. ये जो value है, ये जाएगी इसमें. Like x is updated with x plus 1. That is how it works. Update. Yes. Okay. So when I like ऐसे जब statements में बोलूँगा तब no one is like uncomfortable, right? सबको एक level का like familiarity है ना इससे? Yes or no? Everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, bhaiya.
Okay, चलो good. यही एक step था बस, बाकी you can just अब देखो algorithm देखो बहुत अच्छा.
Yes, भैया.
See, so this is what are we doing is basically you are updating W again because वो एक ही parameter है और कुछ हम कर नहीं सकते अभी, linear ही है. So W is equal to W minus something. Now what is this something? This is alpha times this derivative. Okay. Now derivative, what is derivative? It is the slope of J versus slope graph. Okay. This is what it is. Okay. So now देखो fx क्या था अपना? wx है ना? fx क्या था अपना guys? wx क्योंकि b is 0. यहाँ पे बाहर x that basically वो parabolic है. Okay. Basically point is वो parabolic है. So now how does this thing work? नीचे लाइन में मैंने लिखा है w is equal to w minus something, ये जो भी है. How does this work? Is how we are going to see. See, देखो अब यहाँ पे आ जाएंगे, ठीक है? This anyone guys are you able to see this? Everyone?
Yes.
Yes, bhaiya.
Okay, चलो ठीक है, सबको दिख रहा है guys, जल्दी रिएक्ट कर लो, लाइक मैं समझ आएगा, then I can continue. और 10 मिनट ही है बस, और नहीं हो जाएगा. Guys, are you saturated और like 10-15 मिनट चल जाएगा ना? क्या सीन है? Is everyone okay with it?
Yes,
Everyone? चलो good, nice, चलो. So see, now we come to this. कहाँ गया ये? Okay. So अगर तुम्हारा ये एक फंक्शन ले लिया, ठीक है? So now, so again point इसकी वजह हम ये wx एक assume करते, अगर हमने बेस्ट लाइन लिया wx plus b, हम स्टार्टिंग में क्या करते हैं? We just assign some value to w. ये हम कर सकते हैं, मे बी देख के भी कर सकते हैं, because if you guys see, yes, okay, see, for example अगर हमने, you guys know like we have some like libraries in Python by which we can plot some data. अगर मैंने तुम्हें 10 data points दे दिए, तुम एक्सिस देख के लाइक एक प्लॉट देख सकते हो. बेसिकली तुम ऐसा देख सकते हो, तो देख के हमें अगर लग रहा है कि ओके मे बी डी का बेस्ट फिट हो सकता है, तो हम बेसिक क्या करेंगे, जो अपना इक्वेशन होगा y इक्वल टू mx प्लस बी में हम wx प्लस बी में हम एक रफ स्टार्टिंग वैल्यू दे देंगे कि ओके लेट्स स्टार्ट विद दिस, ऑप्टिमाइज हम कर लेंगे. सो वी गिव एन इनिशियल वैल्यू एंड देन वी मूव टू ग्रेडियंट डिसेंट. व्हाट डज ग्रेडियंट डिसेंट डू इज वो इनिशियल वैल्यू को ऑप्टिमाइज करेगा. एंड दैट लाइक अगर तुम वैल्यू देखो, सी इफ यू गाइज स्टार्टिंग वैल्यू इफ यू गिव दिस आल्सो लाइक a का, या फिर तुम दे दो d का, फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, एट द लास्ट यू विल गेट द ऑप्टिमल वैल्यू ओनली, जस्ट फर्क इसकी टाइम कम लगेगा, बाकी कुछ नहीं, और बाकी एल्स रिमेन्स द सेम. So see over here, this is the starting point. Okay, everyone is able to see this is the red dot. I'll just give it. Starting point is at 35. Okay, able to see it, right, guys?
Yes.
Yes, bhaiya.
And now this is the learning rate. What is learning rate? This term, ये वाला कहाँ गया? ये alpha. ठीक है? ये अल्फा इज द लर्निंग रेट. ओके, बेसिकली व्हाट डज अल्फा डू इज कि वो कंट्रोल करेगा कि W से माइनस कितना होगा. सी इफ मैंने एग्जांपल अल्फा को 0 लिया तो बेसिकली इस टर्म को तुम पूरा निगलेक्ट कर सकते हो. इफ मैंने अल्फा को लिया एग्जांपल से मैंने ले लिया 1000, तो अगर ये TJ बाय DW या अगर छोटा सा भी होगा, बिकॉज ऑफ अल्फा बीइंग बिग ये नंबर फाइनली बड़ा होगा. अंडरस्टैंडिंग? सो होगा क्या, बिकॉज अल्फा इज लार्ज W से कुछ बहुत बड़ा क्वांटिटी माइनस होगा. समझ गए एवरीवन? थोड़ा सा ही मैथ देख लेना. अब गाइस क्लियर अप टू, यू आर विद मी राइट? ओके ठीक है. ओके ठीक है. ओके सो अगेन दिस इज हाउ इट वर्क्स. अगर W अगर ये अल्फा बहुत छोटा होगा, 0 की तरफ होगा, तो ये अगेन कितना ही बड़ा होगा उतना फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. W से बहुत छोटा क्वांटिटी माइनस या प्लस होगा, डिपेंड्स ऑन द साइन ऑफ दिस नंबर्स. अगर अल्फा बहुत बड़ा होगा तो क्वांटिटी बहुत ज्यादा माइनस होगा. सो इससे हार्म क्या होगा वो हम इस विजुअलाइजेशन से देख लेंगे. ओके सो मैंने स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट दे दिया, अज्यूमिंग कि ठीक है मे बी दिस इज माय इनिशियल वैल्यू. नाउ दिस इज माय लर्निंग रेट. ओके, लर्निंग रेट मतलब कौन सा है गाइस? बताओ. वेरिएबल नाम क्या दिया था हमने अभी वेरिएबल को?
Alpha.
Alpha.
ओके यस. सो हम अभी बेसिकली ये देख रहे हैं,
अल्फा.
दिस वन. ओके ये हम देख रहे हैं. नाउ ओके वेट अ मिनट. ठीक है. सो नाउ वी हैव जस्ट सीन दिस एल्गोरिदम. एल्गोरिदम कैसे काम करेगा मैं अभी दिखा दूंगा आपको, विजुअलाइजेशन समझ जाओगे. सी आइटरेटिवली एडजस्ट्स, ये कैसे होगा मैं तुम लोग को दिखा दूंगा. ये वाला अभी वो दिख जाएगा. मॉडल्स पैरामीटर्स. पैरामीटर क्या है अपना मॉडल का गाइस? जल्दी बोल दो, बस 5-10 मिनट या कौन सा होगा पैरामीटर अपना गाइस? गलत होगा फिर भी इट्स ओके, नो इश्यूज, बस क्लियर होना चाहिए. पैरामीटर्स कौन सा? ओके W, यस करेक्ट. W इज द पैरामीटर. ओके स्लोप, यस गुड गुड गुड. चलो नाइस. सो नाउ इफ आई दिस इज द स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट 35. ओके मैंने स्टार्टिंग में देख लिया. ओके ठीक है 35 देख लेते हैं. लर्निंग रेट इज 0.05. तो मैंने अगर 0 लिख लिया, ठीक है. 0 डालने पे क्या होगा गाइस? कैन एनीवन टेल मी 0 डालने पे क्या होगा? अभी हमने डिस्कस किया था. अनम्यूट करके बोल सकते हो, लाइक इट्स ओके, जस्ट जल्दी बोल दो. हाँ बेसिकली W अपडेट ही नहीं होगा. बेसिकली पॉइंट वो है, नो चेंजेस. एग्जैक्टली. सो सी नाउ मैंने W को 0 रखा. नाउ सी कुछ हो रहा है, आइटरेशन से इंक्रीजिंग. ओके कुछ लाल पॉइंट में चेंज दिख रहा है तुम लोगों को कुछ, या कांस्टेंट है? ऑब्वियस, बिकॉज हमने लर्निंग रेट 0 रखा है. सो नाउ आई जस्ट इसको थोड़ा सा मैं अपडेट करता हूँ, ठीक है. 0.07. ओके सो सी क्या होगा नाउ. मुझे एक बात बताओ. सी दिस रेड लाइन दिख रहा है ना गाइस? व्हाट इज रेड लाइन? रेड लाइन स्लोप है ना. इज इट पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव स्लोप इस लाइन का?
Positive.
ओके सो हाँ, सो DJ बाय DW का साइन क्या होगा? प्लस या माइनस होगा?
Plus.
प्लस होगा.
Positive.
यस. तो जो भी यहाँ पे आएगा वो W से माइनस होगा. एम आई राइट? क्योंकि वो उसका साइन प्लस है. सो सी नाउ आई विल जस्ट रन द आइटरेशंस. ओके गाइस गेट रेडी. सी फर्स्ट आइटरेशन. व्हाट हैपेंड? वन मोर आइटरेशन. सी आर यू गाइस एबल टू सी इट?
W घटेगा.
दिस इज हाउ इट वर्क्स. देख रहे हो आप? कोई बोल पाएगा इससे क्या हुआ? बेसिकली सी
Slope forward.
या जस्ट अ मिनट. Okay. So see, yes. So first iteration में क्या हुआ? Over here, your slope was large. Okay. So the quantity minus हुआ, that was also large. That's why you can see the jump is more over here. But as वो jump हुआ, means that see now I'll tell you the loop. First iteration में क्या हुआ? See slope was large. So first iteration में जो भी quantity minus हुआ, that was also large. तो W में अपडेट भी अच्छा खासा हुआ है. So W value is now less than what it was previous. So now you just go पीछे. Here, यहाँ W fx क्या है? Wx. So if W is now lowered, this is also lowered. So this is now less positive as it was previously. समझ रहे हो guys? Are you with me? समझ रहे हो ये वाला? यही थोड़ा सा टफ पार्ट है, बाकी आसान ही है, समझ जाओगे. ओके, वेरी गुड, चलो, नाइस. सो नाउ वन इटरेशन इज कंप्लीटेड. नाउ W is lowered. Because W is lowered, DJ by W is also lowered. And next iteration, we have this value जो पहले से कम है. But again, we know that it is positive. यहाँ देख सकते हैं, it was positive. अभी भी positive है 11 iteration के बाद. So as it is positive again, so मतलब W से कुछ value minus होगा. कितना minus होगा? That will be less than what it was previously. So that's why you can see the jumps are decreasing. See, देख पा रहे हो? Jumps का decrease देख पा रहे हो? पहले इतना minus हुआ, फिर इतना हो रहा है. Are you guys able to like track this?
Yes.
Yes, भैया.
All right, good. चलो. That is how it works. और ये कब तक चलता रहेगा? You can now understand कि ये 0 पे कब पहुंचेगा नहीं, क्योंकि it will oscillate over here. So देखो, अगर मैंने iterations run भी किया ना, it will just like rotate. देख पा रहे हो? See, jumps are getting smaller because again DJ by dW is getting smaller. Why? Because W is getting smaller. Are you guys able to figure this out? मतलब ये क्लिक हुआ है ना? क्या समझ आ गया इंट्यूशन इसका? Everyone, एक थम्स अप देके बोल देना. ये थोड़ा सा इंपॉर्टेंट है, नहीं तो नहीं. Guys, चलो थम्स अप ही तो करना है, कितना मतलब है. नहीं समझ आया तो बोल, राइट, जस्ट एक्सप्लेन अगेन. ओके, चलो एवरीवन, नाइस, गुड. चलो, ओके, समझ आ गया, ठीक है. सो सी, आई विल जस्ट रन मोर इटरेशंस. देख पा रहे हो? सी, वो अगेन फाइनाइट 0 पे पहुंचेगा ही नहीं. तुम कितना, मैंने बहुत इसको जूम किया, फिर भी लाइक वो 0 पे. हमें जस्ट वो देखने की वो कब तक आ सके. ओके, सो नाउ इफ यू जस्ट सी वन मोर थिंग, अगर मैंने इसको कुछ अलग वैल्यू दे दिया, ओके, अगर मैंने इसको -30, वन मोर थिंग. ओके गाइस, ओके, सो इसमें क्या होगा? सी, नाउ स्लोप इज नेगेटिव. ओके, सो नेगेटिव जब स्लोप होगा तब यू नो दैट दिस इज नेगेटिव. अल्फा इज अपना पॉजिटिव है, अल्फा देख पा रहे हैं, हमने पॉजिटिव रखा है. सो नाउ माइनस माइनस प्लस होके ओमेगा, द स्लोप विल इंक्रीज. ओके, इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज एवरीवन? इंक्रीज होगा, डिक्रीज होगा?
Increase.
Okay, good. Chalo, so now we'll just see what happens if start is negative. See, now it will go this way. Understanding, guys? See, this is how it comes to the optimal. Like तुम कौन सा भी initialize करो. That's why I said कि तुम starting में like कौन सा भी line बोल दो, this one. बाद में वो आना है यहीं पे. Got it? It comes to the optimal only. Like यहाँ से यहाँ हो गए, यहाँ से यहाँ. Doesn't matter. It comes to the optimal solution only. Got it, everyone? React करो अनम्यूट जो भी है. Okay, we have some reacts. Okay, good one, nice. चलो, now हमने देख लिया कि what happens. Okay, so now we'll just move to. Okay, guys, last 2 slides. Okay, this is done. Now तुमको समझ आ गया like how does DJ by DW affect? ये तुम समझ आ गया सबको ना? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Okay, चलो. Now I need like थोड़ा सा एक्टिव रहो, ठीक है? एक स्लाइड ही है बस, बाकी नहीं है. So now मुझे कोई बोलो how will this thing affect? Learning rate कैसे affect करेगा gradient descent को? Can anyone just tell me? लर्निंग रेट अल्फा, अगर मैं
जितना कम होगा उतना ज्यादा प्रिसाइज होगा.
आप कैन यू बी प्लीज बी अ बिट क्लियर? थोड़ा सा आवाज आ नहीं रहा था, आवाज आ रहा है पर क्लैरिटी नहीं आ रही. थोड़ा सा क्लियर.
जितना कम वैल्यू होगा उतना ज्यादा मतलब उतना प्रिसाइज होगा.
ओके, यस, यू आर करेक्ट. टू सम एक्सटेंट यू आर करेक्ट. यस, सी, सो मुझे आप जल्दी बोल दो गाइस, ठीक है? इंटरेक्टिव रखो, लास्ट एक ही स्लाइड है. अगर मैं इसको 0 रखा, क्या होगा? ये तो हमने डिस्कस किया है पहले, बट फिर भी हम जस्ट ब्रशिंग थिंग्स अप. क्या होगा 0 रखा तो गाइस? फर्स्ट
कुछ चेंज नहीं होगा कुछ भी.
ओके, यस, ओके, सो अगेन यू कैन सी 0 रखा, नो चेंज. ओके, सो नाउ अगर मैंने इसको बहुत ज्यादा रखा, ठीक है, आई विल जस्ट कीप इट 0.7. ओके, लास्ट टाइम 0.07 था, आई एम कीपिंग 0.7. व्हाट विल हैपन? कैन एनीवन जस्ट हैव अ रफ गेस? मैं दिखाई दूंगा अभी क्या होगा. स्लोप चेंज ज्यादा
उनके पास लार्ज वैल्यू आएगा क्योंकि दूर से.
एग्जैक्टली, जंप ज्यादा होगा अगर. सी, नाउ व्हाट विल हैपन? आई जस्ट सी, देखा एक इटरेशन में इट वेंट फ्रॉम हियर टू हियर. आर यू गाइस एबल टू सी दिस? यहां से यहां गया.
Yes,
ये क्या था? वी वांटेड टू बी इट इन दिस रीजन. यहां चला गया, इट ओवरशूटेड बिकॉज़ अल्फा इज लार्ज. सी अगेन, सी, अगर बिकॉज़ नाउ इट इज 0.7. नाउ इफ आई डू इट मे बी 0.95. Now what will happen? ज्यादा और जंप होगा. सी, are you guys able to see this? कैसा आ रहा है? We don't want like this. Okay, देख पा रहे हो? it will just overshoot. समझ पा रहे हैं? If I do this 1.5 और jump करेगा, देख रहे हो वो तो ऊपर चला गया होगा. See, you're able to see the coordinates over here. See, I'm not able to show this on graph. See, यहाँ चला गया वो. समझ पा रहे हो ना? उतना में like चाहिए भी नहीं था. That is what happens if like learning rate is too more. But if I like, okay, now I know कि learning rate ज़्यादा रखने से क्या हो रहा है? It overshoots. So what if I do it very less? What will happen now? क्या होगा आप बोलो guys? Anyone? Update बहुत छोटे होंगे. Okay.
Less jumps.
Okay. Yes. So now उससे क्या होगा? We are assuring कि ठीक है, okay, it is better, but computationally time ज़्यादा लगेगा. That is how like हमें एक intermediate value ढूंढना पड़ेगा. What should be the ideal learning rate? Then yes, वही. It should be like intermediate. If it is too low, then computational time will be more. If it is too high, then it will overshoot. So like इसका how do you optimize this learning rate? इसका अलग एक पूरा topic होता है. I'm not going into that in this course because this is the first course. Basically वही है कि idea आ गया ना intuition की basically intermediate रखना है. That is how learning rate affects. So this one, it is the hyperparameter which that determines how quickly the model learns. हमने वो देख लिया. If it is increased ज़्यादा कर लिया तो model will converge faster, but also may overshoot. अगर decrease किया तो the model will converge slowly, but it is less likely to overshoot, but time ज़्यादा लगेगा. Guys clear? This we are almost done with it. जल्दी बोल देना. As everyone clear या कुछ और एक बार explanation चाहिए बोल देना. All right? Okay, चलो good. So now I guess we are concluding it. So let's summarize. पहले हमने क्या किया? We have been given a data. Generally क्या होता है? Like in real world, you don't get data which is like all okay, all good. We have data which have some missing points. So we clean that data. That is another part. So that's why I've just mentioned it only in one box. Cleaning, visualization, etc. Basically, you get data, you train the model, you evaluate. After that, you just train the hyperparameter, which is alpha, and then you deploy the model on web. Basically, people can use it. That is how this ML works. So I guess that was it from my side. Anyone having any doubts, they can just speak up. And one thing, like guys, this was the first session. How did you guys feel? Like कैसा था? Be honest. Like it's okay. Comment करके बोलना. Like if you have any issues, like ठीक है ये गलत था, just बोल देना. We can just correct it in the next classes. It was good. Okay. Interesting. Like be honest. Okay. It doesn't matter if it like अगर तुम्हें कुछ problem है फिर भी बोल देना. अच्छा था. Good. Okay. चलो we have 4 out of 4 as of now. ठीक है. 5 good. चलो nice. Learn new things like okay clarity है basically how things work basically समझ आया ना कुछ तो help हुआ value add हुआ ना thank you okay thanks to you guys interesting can you send the PPT yes I'll just share this okay हाँ भैया interesting best okay thank you कुछ समझ में आया कुछ नहीं आया oh okay I'm sorry for that ठीक है next time maybe अच्छा समझ पाऊंगा nice भैया thank you learned many new things it was fun. So basically guys, are you guys interested in ML? Like fundamentals वही रहते हैं कि like you need to think दिमाग लगा के ऐसा like this is how you work. And अभी AI तो boom में है 15 साल like everything is becoming AI you know that. So interest आ रहा है like ऐसा लग रहा है कि okay I guess we need to explore this more ऐसा लग रहा है ना. मेरा aim वही था कि like at least ऐसा ना हो कि तुम इस subject से भागो. ML का क्योंकि होता है बहुत लोग कहते हैं अरे डर जाते हैं ML वैसा नहीं है at least yeah okay very good. My aim was कि तुम्हें at least वो डर निकालना है मन से कि लाइक ओके इट इज अ गुड सब्जेक्ट लाइक भागो मत बस वही है इट इज अ गुड सब्जेक्ट सो ओके चलो एनी डाउट्स एनीथिंग कोई सो वी कैन जस्ट एंड इट अप हियर एंड थैंक यू सो मच गाइस कितना ऑलमोस्ट 1 hour 15 minutes out of maybe कितना 95 77 80 almost are there so thank you guys for being good students thank you कुछ भी डाउट्स है यू कैन जस्ट स्पीक अप कुछ भी है एकेडमिक मे बी कुछ भी थैंक यू ओके नो प्रॉब्लम ज्योति निशांता जौड़ी आदिति मृत्युंजय उपमन्यु अंजलि ज्योति शोभिक ऋतिक विशाल श्वेता श्वेता
Varun, ask them to fill the feedback form before leaving.
which feedback form did he is that okay I'll just
I've put it in the chat box. I'll put it again.
okay Didi okay guys just like भर देना if you genuinely think it is good भर देना can you suggest some resources for ML like yes I'll just suggest it now and guys one more thing ML club has launched this t-shirt, it's merchandise. So if you feel that you like ML, you like, if you want the sense that okay, we are a part of ML, like ML club में आना है ना, वो तो like next year decide होगा. पर if you feel कि okay ठीक है, I'm liking ML, you can just like buy the t-shirt. अच्छा feel होगा, it is a good t-shirt. So basically तुम्हें लगेगा भी like okay, we are into ML, वो एक vibe देगा. So if you guys, you can just check out the t-shirt, it's there in WhatsApp groups, you can just check it out. थोड़ा experience है. Okay.
भैया
हाँ
भैया आपने बोला था कि हम जब लॉस फंक्शन वगैरह में जब डेरिवेशन होते हैं हम मीन मॉडुलस में लेते हैं, हम लोग स्क्वायर लेते हैं अपने वो रीजन
सॉरी मैं मॉड का बोलता हूँ, सॉरी आई फॉरगॉट. यस तhanks फॉर रिमाइंडिंग. हम मॉड लेते हैं स्क्वायर क्यों नहीं, दैट इज द सॉरी स्क्वायर लेते हैं मॉड क्यों नहीं, दैट वाज द क्वेश्चन राइट.
यस
ओके एक सेकंड ना. सी नाउ पॉइंट इज कि दिस वन, सी पॉइंट इज दिस, ये देख रहे हो टर्म डीजे बाय डीडब्ल्यू, अनम्यूट ही रखना ठीक है. ये टर्म देख रहे हो ना डीजे बाय डीडब्ल्यू, बेसिकली क्या करना है यहाँ पे, डिफरेंशिएट किया ना तुमने यहाँ पे. सो नो दैट जब लाइक स्क्वायर लोगे तो फंक्शन क्या होता है, पैराबोला होता है ना, समथिंग स्क्वायर. दैट फंक्शन इज डिफरेंशिएबल एवरीवेयर. मॉड एक्स जो होता है वो लाइक अगर मॉड एक्स लो तो वो जीरो पे डिफरेंशिएबल नहीं होगा राइट, बिकॉज ऑफ अ शार्प कर्व इज देयर राइट. सो वो डिफरेंशिएबल नहीं होता हर बार. अंडरस्टैंड, समझ गए. यूज मॉड कि लाइक सॉरी दैट इज व्हाई वी यूज स्क्वायर, ठीक है, सेफर साइड. हर बार वो होगा थोड़ा एक्सपेंसिव है. ओके वी विल जस्ट ट्राई टू लाइक डू समथिंग विद द प्राइस. ओके वी विल जस्ट लाइक गिव यू गाइस एन अपडेट अगर कुछ प्राइस का हुआ तो. बट गाइस प्लीज इफ यू जेन्युइनली थिंक कि लाइक कुछ हेल्प हुआ तो प्लीज फिल द फीडबैक फॉर्म, इट हेल्प्स अ लॉट.
And एक minute, Varun, I'll speak. Guys, you're saying that t-shirt is expensive. Like it is an oversized t-shirt, so like obviously it will be a bit expensive. Like the other clubs and everything, they have put up a regular size t-shirt. That's why they are like cheaper and they have a bad quality. Like we got a sample and it's a like very good t-shirt. So if you're like paying 100 rupees extra for this t-shirt, it will be worth it. I'll guarantee. Okay, Varun, you can continue, and I hope you like the session, guys.
Okay, yes, guys. Final who was asking for some resources is one. I'll just like just. अभी तो rough डाल रहा हूँ. I'll post a detailed one on the like WhatsApp group. One is Coursera के courses. You can. I'll just tell you how to gain access to those courses. I'll just mention it on the group. Second is. Third is. First one is a like website for all the courses. Number 2 and number 3 are YouTube channels. Any books for ML? As of there is no need of books because we are like in the beginner stage. There is no need. Up to when t-shirts will be available? Didi, t-shirts. It is available, I guess. At least for the month of December, it is.
Like first we'll order it.
That is like by end of December we'll finish taking orders, and after like 1 month or 1.5 months we'll get the t-shirt.
Okay. So guys, I have just updated. You can see the chat. How to like buy? You need not purchase a course on Coursera. How can you do that? The financial aid and all stuff. I'll just message it on the WhatsApp group. Number 2 and number 3, Krishna Code Basics. These are YouTube channels. But yes, Bhaiya can share a book if you like. If you guys want, you can approach Bhaiya. He can maybe share on the WhatsApp group as well. Basically, like point is key. Like just explore ML because it is a very good field. Are you guys like interested? Like was the session genuinely helpful? If you think it was helpful, you can just like fill the form. Else, like it is done from my side. If you guys have any queries, you can just ask. Else, you guys are free. You can give anyhow. Okay, so no more doubts. You can like maybe if you have no doubts, you can leave the meeting. And thank you for sticking. Maybe it was an hour 15 minutes. Thank you so much. Chalo.
Thank you, Bhaiya.
Yes, no worries. Welcome.
Thank you. Guys, those who are asking that they can order the t-shirt now. After this meeting, we'll share you the link to order the t-shirt. So if you're interested, just fill the form and pay the money and your order will be placed. Okay?
Okay, Didi.
चलो guys, कुछ doubts नहीं है तो you can leave. Yes, thank you, Devansh, Bhargav, Bornil, Kaberi, Johari, Adarsh, Anupam, Upmanyu. Thank you guys. Chalo guys, we'll see you guys in the next classes. So thank you.